spotlight, be shining in the dark. Woo! I'm even dressed like I'm ready for a party. Woo! Let's go dancing. Let's go to the party. Woohoo, woohoo. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to party with me? Let's party. Let's party. On the bottom of the deck is a Two of Cups, which is the love story, the ultimate love story. Wanting his divine feminine to be there with him. That's his wish. Cups. You're full of love. You're full of joy. You're full of peace. You're full of life. And you're feeling connected to the source. Living in a balanced format, so everything is being taken care of. All the responsibilities that need to be taken care of, and all the other things that need to be taken care of to keep that joy, to keep that happiness, to keep that play.
Hello everyone, this is Cynthia Toet, your FlipNLife cheerleader. And the reason why I want to be on a TV series show is because for the last year or so I've been on this journey that has a hidden love story in it. And the love story is so big that it's too much for anybody to handle when I start telling it to them. I have to give it to them in pieces, but I'm so excited about the story. Pieces is like, how can I just give it in pieces? You got to hear the whole thing. But it's so big and people are not used to this hidden love story, how I have to share it to come out all like it does. Because it almost seems like a fairy tale dream. How can someone just be so happy every day, believing in this love story that's going on, that she's falling deeply and completely in love with herself by holding on to this love story?
Hello everyone. This is Cynthia Toet for a special show, and it is called What is a Woman Looking For in a Man? And I have a special guest speaker with this Kathleen Diane. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, we can make mistakes live, you know. Is that what a man's looking for? A woman's looking for in a man? Blah, blah, blah.
I think so.
Yeah. So, you know, we just, you know, thought, you know, we come out here and I mean, you know, the men out there, they think that they know what the women are looking for, and we just kind of wanted to clarify that.
They think is the key words there.
The ego part, right? The thought process. They need to be starting operating from the heart. So... Anyhow, I just thought it'd be really interesting to see what the two of us, as we were talking about this, what we would bounce off of each other or what that would mean. I mean, like, I have my box, you know, that has my thing, but then I started making this list, you know.
And I have a list in my phone. A long list.
Long. Yeah, we gotta, you know, have the love story going on here. That's why we got our love glasses on, you know. What do you think?
Yeah, little hearts, aren't we beautiful?
Beautiful young ladies,
Love
of
it.
course. Well, I know when I'm looking for a man, I'm definitely looking for a long-term, stable. I want it to continue on and on and on. What about you?
Same thing. I'm not into wasting my time, wasting other people's time, or just messing around. That is pointless to me.
Yeah, well, because of the fact that we only got one life, we might as well find that one that we want to spend it with, right?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what everything has in store for you, but the plan is that it be something that lasts, that goes on.
Myself, I've been on this spiritual journey for at least the last 4 years, and so I definitely am looking for another soul that understands that journey, the spiritual connection, not just saying that they're spiritual, but they're actually connected in this more deeper way, like they like to deal with the dark side of the soul. Is that what it's called, the dark side of the soul, or is it the shadow self?
The shadow self.
Yeah, I want that man to understand what the shadow self is and want to work through that shadow self
so we can work through this together. That it's like when that shadow self shows up, I'm not saying, bye-bye, see you later, I can't tolerate you anymore.
Exactly, yeah. Someone who recognizes those things and understands them and wants to continue looking into all that and that growth with you.
Yeah, willing to grow through the emotional outbursts that take place, grow through the chaos instead of running from it, right?
Exactly. That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Let's see what else I have on there. I want someone to be kind of similar to myself, like we like doing the same thing, kind of like at the same time, kind of like, I have my part of how I bring it in and they bring their part in, like, that we're living our lives in this harmony together because we're enjoying the same kind of things. I don't want my man to going off to work and I'm going a different way and then we're spending most of our lives in a different part of the world and then we come to bed. Well, we want to do that part too, but I would rather us to be living our lives together and enjoying that process and that show process. I mean, that show process, it could be a show.
Like, of course there's going to be like things that you like separately or that one likes or one doesn't, but like when your passions are about like the same things,
right?
Your what you're here to do in life, when that's similar, you're on the same track, like
like one of my passions is I really love helping people in a big way to flip their script around to a better emotional script, and however I'm doing it, I'm actually I'm being effective to the collective out there, that they're growing and expanding bigger. And that's one of my things.
And if the other person is doing something similar and you guys come together and do it together, it's like synergy, right? We've said that word before. It's not just A plus B, it's like so much more than those two together.
Divine timing's here. What's going on? We're having a party without you. We're going to party with you tomorrow. Girl show. So, let's see. I want to also feel as if we won the lottery. The feeling of winning the lottery, that when we get together, that we feel like, this is the person, this is the prime, this is exactly what I want. You love our love glasses, divine timing? We got some love in the house. What do you think? We had this special guy friend give us these love glasses for this special show. Looks like you got a lot of love glasses going on there. That's so funny. He's talking about it as we're talking about it. Yeah, we have this guy friend that gave it to us. Yeah, but I like the idea of the man. Like I feel like that I won the lottery, and I want them to feel like they won the lottery. That we're so infatuated with each other, so in love with each other, so like this is the one. I want that to continue on for years, not like it's just the beginning stage, but because we decided to go through the dark night of the soul together and understand what that is, that we're able to continue on through our journey throughout life because we connected because we're alike in this roundabout way.
And on a really deep level too, right? Not just a surface kind of
Well,
thing.
how deep is deep?
On a soul level.
Like deep love level?
Exactly.
Okay, deep love. We want that.
On a soul level. That's
a
what
very
I say.
soul, yeah.
On a vibrational energy connection kind of way.
So, and again, this still talks about like the dark night of the soul. I want us to be able to talk about, it's still the same thing, talk about our difficult feelings, rather it's anger, rather it's frustration, rather it's doubtfulness, rather it's insecurity. When those feelings happen, I want, us to, I'm sure we got to process them, but after they get processed, to be able to talk through them.
Right, and another thing that's important to me is that, that they've done a lot of work on themselves. Yeah. Like, I don't want to get with somebody and, I've done so much work on myself already, and then something comes up and, they're not, it's hard to explain, they're not even there yet. I want them to meet me where I am, so we can continue on growing together, not like, hey, down there.
Well, I don't want it to be a blame game. You caused me to feel this way.
Yeah, and if you've both done a lot of work already, it's a lot easier to to work together and continue on instead of...
Divine's going beep, beep, beep. I wonder what Divine's honking at.
Look at all my hand signals I do.
I know.
Am
Well,
I Italian? They say if you're Italian, you talk a lot with your hands, and I guess I do that.
Yeah, I do it all the time. So, let's see. What about when you first meet on that first date? Would you like to have it like at a coffee shop or a steakhouse?
Well, we know we don't want to just eat dinner and go home and
get on the blanket.
No, you were supposed to say beep
beep beep. Tell me beep.
Inside joke. Or maybe we do.
Well, I think a coffee shop is, let's just get to know each other. I see you later, and we'll come back. But I think when you go out like for a dinner for a steakhouse, I think it's a little bit more romantic. It's a little bit more intimate.
Possibly, but remember what I was saying earlier. If you go out for a drink like coffee or something, you can talk in between sips, and it's all good. Imagine like sitting there eating your spaghetti. Hold on a minute.
Well, we're not ordering spaghetti. We're ordering steak.
Okay. But you gotta chew your bites and this and that. I don't know. I could see how a little coffee date could work well too.
But do you like to be in a busy coffee house, or would you like to be in a real quiet corner?
I'm picturing a quiet corner, like off to the side on some little couches or something.
I like the steakhouse in the quiet corner where nobody else is bothering me. Yeah. Too many people come in and out of the coffee house. But that's not going to matter, right? Because we're going to be so in tune and so into each other. So
I was going to say something and I forgot.
Well, it'll come back. You'll remember.
Yeah.
So what are some other key things that you look
I remember.
for? Oh, your big old long list?
No. I remember what I was going to say, because you were talking about when you first meet somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And it just popped in my head that one of my biggest things is, like, it really doesn't matter what I feel for somebody, like, initially. Like, say we are on that first date or whatever. If something comes up that is so like not in alignment with my with what I want, my vibration and stuff.
There, you cut them off. You say bye. See you later.
Instantly.
You don't give them no time.
Like there was this one guy that I met, and I started thinking like good things, all this stuff, and then I looked at went to his Facebook, and there's something right there that, not that it's good or bad, but I don't want to be with somebody who would have that on their page, and it just instantly shuts like everything down for me from there. So
hello, Jody, happy to have you here on the show. We're just talking about what a woman wants when they're looking for a man.
Helping those guys out there.
Yeah, we're trying to help them out. What about, like myself, I think a lot of things are like, I like to deal with the vibrational level, like I want joy and happiness and laughter and play, and I want them to be just as much into me as I'm into them, in this energetical way.
Yeah.
I want that excitement.
You got to be on the same level with all that. You got to feel like you're
not like one's ahead of the other,
Mm-hmm.
Divine Timing wants coffee and donuts. Well, I guess Kathleen's okay with coffee and like donuts. Are you okay with donuts?
Yes.
All right, coffee and donuts.
Donuts sounds really good right now.
Yeah, let's go get some. We'll come back. We'll see you in a minute.
Thanks for the...
DoorDash them. DoorDash some
donuts.
donuts.
We're not out there to do it.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to be out there. Well, that's what happens when you get injured ankles, It takes time off. The universe says, time off. Take a break. So, let's see. What about having sex on the first date? What do you think about that?
Honestly, I think, I don't know. I've heard so many people say oh, do this or don't do that, or wait till now or then or whatever. And honestly, I would say go with what you feel.
Myself, I say if it's let the passion take over. If the passion's going to take you into the bedroom on the first date, let that passion take you in that bedroom. If it's not, then don't. It's still following what the emotional self wants to go through. If it wants to take it to that extreme because the passion overrides all conscious mind, thought, or reality, then go to the bedroom. And who said it had to be in the bedroom now?
Right.
We can go in the elevator. We can hit the stop button while we're on the elevator, right?
But really, a lot of people think like it messes up something to do something at some certain time or whatever, but I don't think so. From what I've seen, from what I've heard from everybody, everything,
or like those.
It doesn't mean anything.
No, like if they wait, I'm going to wait. Okay, now a year has gone by. I've been waiting and I'm waiting. What do you think that energy does within the relationship?
I feel like it really, honestly, can take away from the passion of it. I think if you feel the passion really strongly at a certain point, then that's when
follow through with the passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go get on
whatever
that blanket.
Time that is. I'm just big on following what I feel inside and stuff. And so if I feel to do something, then I will be doing it. Or not.
What are some things that you have on your list?
My list? It's a long list.
Yeah, but I thought you got it shorter.
I did. I narrowed it down to basically, very narrow.
See?
Basically to I have to feel good in my soul, like about it. That covers everything. But back to the specific things, I'd say one of the very, very, very biggest things to me is respect.
Yeah.
And that's not so much on a vibrational level, but that's just huge to me.
And what do you mean by respect?
By respect,
here, I'm catching you off guard, I know. She doesn't know what I'm going to ask her next.
Oh my gosh. Just being respectful to me, with how, if you're interested in somebody, treating them like they're that special person to you. And, if you're single, you might be maybe a different way, or may not. Actually, the kind of guy that I would be with would probably be the same way, single or with somebody. Because...
or with somebody?
Yes.
You want that guy that's with somebody else?
No.
No. So clarified.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that, the kind of guy I would be with would be at the same level of respect, even single on his own, as if he was with me.
I see.
Because I started to say he'd have to not basically come across as if he was single, but the guy that I would be with would be respectful.
I want my guy all into me. I mean, wanting to honor whatever it is that I want. If I want to go home for a little while and come back in a couple hours, they're okay with that.
Yeah.
Or if I got a call from someone and I have to leave for a moment and come back, that they're okay with my function. Or within my day, or if I got a business call or something, that they're okay to just drop the ball, as long as it's not in the middle of our date. You see, if you're in the middle of the date, that's another thing, because that date should be isolated for the two of you. What do you think?
Sense. I think so too. Yeah, that they're if you set aside special time for you guys, I think that should be unless something major comes up or something. I think it should be for that.
I heard on one of the guys' show, they were talking about, what about the bathroom door when you go and potty? Does that door have to be closed where nobody else can come in, or is it okay to leave it open? Or
for me, that has to do with race. I don't know. I think I'm old-fashioned or something. I don't know. I like respect with that. Right. I don't want, some people say, the best relationships, everything's just out there and you just walk around naked or whatever. I don't like that. I like keeping, I don't know, my little towel around me, my bathroom door shut. I don't know. It's just, it keeps it, special and nice. I don't know, something about it. What do you think?
Me, I think they can tear down the door. I could care less.
Really? Okay, yeah, see, I'm the other way. I like it to, I don't know, there's something about
I'm so used to just going to the bathroom and not shutting the door, and then when company comes over, I got to remember to shut the door.
So you would sleep with someone that had a girlfriend? No, that's not a true statement.
Who said that? Was that divine timing?
Of course. No, that wasn't. That's not what that's what we clarified. You'd have to go back and re-listen to the show to see we clarified that, because I asked about that.
We did not say that like in the slightest.
No.
Yeah, no.
Get
it
let's
straight.
see.
Well, that's why we're doing the show, for guys like divine timing.
I know, he needs to know.
Need a little help out there.
Needs some help. No, that absolutely is a no. Absolutely not. We probably wouldn't even be out on a date. I know if I know the guy was with another woman, I would not be dating that person in any which way, shape, or form. I wouldn't have an interest in them. If I know that there was somebody else, I'm not giving them 2 cents of my interest in any which way, shape, or form.
And I don't want them giving me attention or anything either. Like,
no, me either.
I do not like that. When I worked at a store back in the days, and I'd have couples come through my line, I don't care, like, if the guy gave me the money or whatever. When I gave it back, like, I would give it to the girl. When I was like, oh, have a good night, guys, I would be talking to the girl, looking at the girl, just because, like, just because there's so much out there that people go through and how people are these days. Like, I want the girl to feel like I'm not thinking anything, not doing anything, not anything like that. I want her to feel comfortable and stuff. And so I don't know where that came from.
It's all good.
It reminded me of it though, and but yeah, I think it's important that.
So you guys in the chat, if you have any questions you want to ask us women, you better ask us now, for us to answer them.
Our answers, at least for me, might not make sense.
That's okay. We're not here to make sense. We're just here to tell our side of the story, from women to men.
Yes. So do you have like a certain type of guy or anything like that? I know people always talk about types.
I don't know what you mean by type. Well, I want someone that I'm attracted to. I think that's important.
I'm talking about physical type with this question.
Well, I want someone that I'm attracted to, so that's physical type. I mean, what else do you want? Okay, I probably am looking for somebody that's more petite, more tall, slender, more that my eyes are gawking at them. Is that the right word? Like, I can't get my eyes off of them. I mean, like my soulmate, when every time I'm scrolling through my phone and their stuff pops up, I'm like, my whole body melts,
Yeah.
So I think attraction is important,
Yeah.
Because I think that's part of the fire, going on within the soul to keep it vibrant and going forward.
I actually think that when that attraction is felt, I think it is the soul too, because when I've really felt I wanted to be with somebody, I feel that major like attraction to them, and then if something comes up where I don't want to be with them, I don't feel that attraction anymore. And you would think I would feel that the entire time if it was just something purely physical.
Have you ever been attracted to someone, but when you get in the presence of them, that you don't know what to say because you're just like,
Once upon a time. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Oh, me too.
For sure.
I still got
well, actually, more than once upon a time, probably. But yeah, where like everything comes out stupid and you can't do anything.
It says
straight.
Women's rights was a mistake. Bring back, what's that word?
Patriarchy.
Make
women feminine again.
Oh yes,
I'm all traditional. I'm all traditional. I like guys to be.
I like guys to be masculine, and I want my feminine to be feminine. And I don't know that it was a mistake, but I think that how we took it is in the wrong direction, meaning that for us women to have to be in the masculine shoes and operating as a masculine was the wrong way. So that's the way it's been out there in the world. But what I believe is if the women have the same equal rights, meaning that we're being able to be those entrepreneurs as a feminine soul.
Exactly. Like we have the same rights and everybody's treated fairly, but
we don't have
still are
we don't have to step into the man's shoes to be in that position.
Yeah, or try to be like a guy or do.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm very traditional with that. Yeah. Like I like to be the girl and.
I like to be the girl too, and I want my man to be the man.
I'm sorry.
I want my man to be the masculine. I want my man to be the logical one, doing the ordering, the structuring. I want them to be the lead. You know,
like the solid, like rock protector
that I can fall upon. But I still am the feminine soul in the mix, and I have just as much right or saying as they do. But they're just like the, you know, like if we're in business together, I'm going to, you know, listen to the masculine side of it, and then I'm going to throw my feminine side in it to bring the flow in, because the masculine is solid and it's like in a structured box, and the feminine is like more free flowing.
The feminine and the masculine, they bring their different things like to the mix, and when they each bring.
Okay, Kathleen, are you single?
Who's this?
Divine timing.
Oh God.
It says, okay, Kathleen, are you single?
Yes, I am. Anyways.
So, yeah. And let's see. Let me see if I can pull some things out of my box to get some clues to what else we can talk about. Not unless you got something.
Okay, I'll try to be thinking.
You know, I like to be able to have those deep conversations with the man, rather it has to do with finances, or rather it has to do with love, rather it has to do with our emotional feelings, to be able to get past whatever blockages that we have from those conversations, whatever it is, to feel that we can make it through those deep-seated conversations, you know.
Yeah.
And I want them to be all into me as much as I'm into them. I want to be on their minds all the time, and vice versa.
I think any two people together should feel that person that they're with is like the person they would most want to be with, right? I wouldn't want to be like with somebody who would really want to be with somebody else, but then I'm awesome too, or something.
Or with somebody that wants to tell their stories to everybody else, but they don't want to bring that closeness home with you.
Oh yeah, no.
I want them to be able to tell those stories that they're telling out there into the world. To
like
bring that
I
closeness.
want us to be like king and queen, and like of our like own world.
Ashi, that's Ashia. Hello, how you doing? We're doing great. Ooh. So I also, let's see, I want us to like be empowering each other, you know, like
supporting each other.
Yeah. Rather it's financial, or rather it's emotional, rather it's decision making, whatever it is, to be able to empower each other as like doing the brainstorming together.
And definitely be like on the same team.
Right. And that's what it says, teamwork. Look, I flip it over, teamwork. As a universal calling light and dark together, healing our souls at a larger level. That's what we do together, as being together, is heal each other's souls.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, that I already said, and I didn't even pull it out. Doing crazy fun things together. What are some of the crazy fun things you'd like to do besides going jet skiing?
Jet skiing? What do I like to do? I like driving and taking trips to nowhere. Like where you, I like to just get in the car and like drive where you don't know where you're going. You're just like, you want to go straight or left or right or you know, and just stop places, get stuff to eat, hop out, explore, stuff like that. Crazy road trips is what I like.
I want my man to like to dance.
Oh. What kind of music do you want to dance to?
You know, whatever they play, but I want a freestyle dance. I don't want to have to know what step to take.
I don't do the whole moves or certain dance things. I like just moving to however you feel you want to move to the music. I like when people dance like that.
Yeah. I also want us to be dreamers, you know, like we're, you know, thinking about what we're going to do next, you know, rather it's writing a book or creating a story, making a movie together, you know, and that's what I really want to do with my soulmate when we get together. I really love to do that movie thing, because I really believe they have their journey, I have my journey, and when we put those two journeys together, it's going to make so much sense. It's like it's going to be a movie.
That would be pretty What's the movie?
Making sure it's fun, playful, and real romance.
Oh, I think it should be easy to be with them. Like, so easy, where you don't feel at all like you have to, like, think about what you're saying or think about what you're doing or wonder what they're going to think about this or that. I feel like it should be comfortable and easy.
Like, whatever you're going to do, they're not going to sit there and judge you that you just said something or you just did something, or, they're not judging your every move, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We want it to be comfortable no matter what's going on. They can just come and fall in your lap anytime. You go, oh, baby. So, like, we're desiring each other all the time, no matter what you're going through.
What else you got?
Making sure that each other's feeling worth it, expanding comfortable, being comfortable with each other, just what you kind of said. Having the best time of your lives together, creating amazing happy times together, exploring an adventure, growing together, celebrating sweet surprise dreams now and forever. I mean, it doesn't stop.
So what do you think? I watched this show a little bit ago. They were talking about, kind of what girls or what guys want in girls, and the whole issue of, like, politics and stuff came up. They were talking about how is it important that you're kind of on the same page with that kind of stuff? Because I know for me it is. Like, for example, I guess I won't get too into it, but say I come across somebody that I think I really like, right? I mean, or at least I'm feeling something, and we go out on our coffee date or whatever, and they show up in a mask or something, right? I mean, they were kind of talking about this on this one show I watched too, but
a real mask?
No, like, those masks to keep you safe and stuff. They were talking about this.
That kind of mask.
Yeah, on this show I was watching the other day, and the guy was saying, like, if the girl showed up that way, he probably wouldn't feel anymore, because to him a certain thing would show, like, that she most likely, maybe watches a lot of news, listens to the TV, and that was important for him, for her not to be like that. Like, he wanted somebody who thinks for themselves and this and that, and I know for me, I'm the same way. Like, I want somebody who doesn't believe what
the
he's
media
necessarily told through the media.
Right.
I don't even want somebody who watches TV.
Right.
Like, if they watch TV, like, this show, they can watch this show.
Yeah.
But
I don't even own a TV set.
How does that matter to you? Like, what their thoughts on, like, life or politic type stuff? Not government stuff, but all those kind of issues.
When it comes to the TV, they can do what they want, I guess. I like in their downtime. I don't like listening to the negative news. In fact, you can shut the door when you're going to listen to that.
What if you really felt connected to this guy and you, like, liked him forever, and he finally asked you out on a date and stuff, and then you found out that he, like, it's so important for him. He has the news on when he wakes up in the morning.
What if they're watching it because they're trying to change the world? That's what I want to ask that, because of the fact that if they're watching it not to get lost into the news, but to watch it to see what's actually going on, to use your creative mind to seeing what can we do as people to change what's going on in our own environment, to change how we're responding to the world and the news, how it's affecting so many people. So it depends on what they're watching it for. If you're watching it to get lost in it, and keep believing everything that's being shared, then I'm not really interested, because they're allowing themselves to be brainwashed, in my mind. But if you're actually watching it to gain knowledge, so and
you're still thinking for yourself,
right?
You're not just like blindly believing whatever you're told.
Because if I'm watching it, I want to be watching it. Not that I don't watch any TV. It's just I don't have the patience, I guess. I want to be doing something.
For me, it's like I'd rather be living life than watching people pretend to live life.
I mean, there are some things on the news that are important, but not to get lost in it. So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
And what about what if they're a Republican and you're a Democrat or liberal, or is that
like if they think opposite?
Yeah, I think if you're not at each other's throats about it, it could be okay.
I think it could be okay. Everything depends. It depends like exactly what parts about that draws them to that party,
right,
and how different it is from my beliefs. I mean, some things would say a lot about them.
Yeah.
And some things could totally be fine.
I think if they could be able to talk about it without, my side's right.
Yeah.
And your side's wrong.
Yeah. I do love discussing stuff, like so much. I probably, the person that I would be with would probably have to be good with discussing, because it's one of my favorite things to think differently from somebody.
Right.
And to sit and discuss it and talk and talk. Some people don't like that.
Right.
They're like, no, okay, don't bring that up. But I love it. It's fun for me. And I of course, I think what I think, or I won't think what I think. But like, I'm so open to listening to other people's sides, and I love listening to other people's thoughts on things, and people can even change my mind on things sometimes if they present me with the right information.
So pretty much what's in the box is the energy feeling that I want from the person, and all the energy is on a high vibrational level. And they're not wanting to run away from the problems, but let's face the problems head on, Let's see what, if we had a big outburst, allow the emotion to settle down, but then let's go back and re-examine the outburst and see what actually triggered the outburst in the first place. And then to see when's the first time you ever felt that trigger in the first place. Was this the first time? And most of the time it's not.
Yeah, it mostly goes way back.
But to be able to talk about that later is saying, when is the first time you ever felt angry or depressed or upset or not taken care of? So we can take it back to knowing that happened when we were 2 and 3 years old, and it's not, a me and you issue, but it's something that is in you issue. And how we can rewrite that script that from way back there when we settled for that lower vibrational story.
Yeah.
How can we go back to that time? That's where I would like to be able to be with my mate, is to be able to talk about the actual, when was that wound actually injected into your soul, and what can we do about it now, so we don't continue to allow that lower vibrational story to keep robbing our lives in this negative way, because we keep exploding, or we keep
I think for me, like a big thing is when things do come up, if I'm with somebody, it goes along with what you're saying, that I think it's important that we see those things as something to like tackle together, instead of something comes up and now it's me against him, when you're fighting each other. And I want it to be more like when something comes up, me and him work together to...
So we're not blaming each other because the emotion arrived
again. Yeah, it's like, okay, something came up, let's work together and take care of that together. So, I think that's one of the very important things.
I agree. Nobody's writing anything in the chat of what we should ask. So what, anything else can you think of?
Let's see.
What does a woman want? I want my man to dress nice.
Oh, that's so funny. I was picturing clothes like right when.
That is so funny. I want I don't want them to dress down. I mean, it's okay to dress down, but I still want you to look nice if you're dressing down. Meaning I just want that attraction, because I think when you're dressing too much down, even though it's okay, I'm not saying that it's not okay. I'm just saying I don't want them wearing their same old jeans for the 3 weeks later.
And I'm more like that. I like the same old jeans, old t-shirt.
No.
It's funny. This one girl I used to know. We'd go into the store and she'd just be like, that's a guy you would like. And I'd be like, well, that's a guy you would like. And we could just tell by like the, what they were wearing or whatever.
As I'm saying that, I don't want them to always be dressed in their suit and tie either. I wouldn't want that, because then I would feel like I'd have to be primed up to the max all the time.
But you do dress like really cute.
Well, that's just my natural thing, you know.
It would look best like together to be.
I like them to dress nice. Yeah. So, I mean, that's where I'm at in my life, I guess. I don't know if that hasn't always been an important thing. It really hasn't always been an important thing. I think it is now, because that's where I feel good when I'm dressing the way I do. And so I want my man to feel good because of the way that they're dressing. I don't want them to be dressing down and not having that same feel-good feel is where I'm at.
That's a good question, too, about, like, has what you wanted in a man changed over the years? Because for me, it has changed so much, I would say. I feel like I think so differently about it all than I used to.
All they care about is smoking and money.
All they care.
Who's all they? Smoking?
Not me. I hate smoking. I won't be with. I mean, I really don't like cigarettes, or anything else. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if it's always a money thing. I don't want to be with someone just because of money, because I just think that, you know how many people, how many millionaires that have money that are not happy? I definitely want to keep my happiness. I do believe that money helps, so when you're coming in to me, I'm always working towards helping whatever it is going to be to have that money in there. But sometimes we falter in that money area, but it's not like I'm not going to, I want to first judge the person because of the connection, not because of how much money they have in their bank account. In fact, I've never really picked a man because that's how much money they had in a bank account, ever. But if they have it in the bank account, it only just makes the life easier. I'm not going to judge them whether they have it or not.
Yeah, like I would in a second choose a guy that I felt a connection with and liked things about with zero money over someone with all the money in the world, and there was even like one thing that really doesn't feel good and right to me.
Right. Where, they're not going to work with you through those emotional feelings because, they own the money and they got the money and, they can act any which way they want because they got the money and you just came into their life. And,
so, the money to me in life, like, I really want enough for everything that I need, and then I want money to be able to have experiences with, like, myself and people that I care about and everything. But if there's more or less of that, it's not like, I don't think it's any type at all of deciding factor.
Hold on just a moment.
I keep thinking these are my regular glasses, and they're not. I'm like, why can't I see?
Hold on. Okay. So anyhow, and with the smoking, what happens if everything in the whole picture fits to the T, but they smoke?
Okay, so I don't like cigarettes and stuff like that or whatever, but I think that is something that I would be fine with. Did I just say I would never?
Yeah, you did. That's well, I'm asking that because I have a story I'll add into it.
I mean, it's my natural thing to say that because I felt that my whole life. But like, honestly, thinking like about it, I feel like everybody has things that they do or whatever that aren't like the very best for them, and I think that's actually something. As long as they respected me with it, and it wasn't
what if
like...
they're just blowing it in your face?
No way. Like, I would be gone in a second. I wouldn't want it, like, in the car with me or the house with me or whatever. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I am. But if they smoked but were what I consider
polite.
Respectful
what
with
if they
it,
were polite smokers?
then I would I know I just said I wouldn't, but I would be okay.
I mean, they
If
have everything
yes,
else that you
it would
ever
definitely be
wanted, that you
fine.
ever imagined.
Everything doesn't even have to be every little thing perfect, but
you
yes,
know,
that'd be fun.
You know, before, you know, I was always going after a non-smoker, and I'm not a smoker, you see, but then my journey started leading me on this journey, and it's like this person I know smokes, you know, and it's never bothered me in this whole journey. Mm-hmm. It's like so what? I go, you know, when it's such a perfect fit to this extreme, why would I want to allow that to be my stopping point? As long, again, as they're respectful with it, you know, they're not blowing it in your face, or, you know, I think that there can be smokers that have respect, and it would be okay.
Yeah, I think
as long as they match everything else in the story.
Again, I think I would follow just what I like feel like inside,
right.
and I think following what I feel inside.
I think
and like my intuition, my connection. No, not my heart.
Your thought.
My soul.
Your soul.
I feel like that's what I follow, and what appears on the outside may or may not line up with all these little things that I want.
Message deleted by a Google moderator team. Who's the moderator team? Well, somebody didn't like what Big Smoke wrote.
They didn't even say anything bad.
No, that's what Big Smoke wrote, was asking about the smoke and the...
Oh, we're talking about it now. Hopefully you don't get deleted.
I know. I don't know why that...
But yeah, I really feel like that just that connection, that pull from in my soul, wanting to be with them, is what's really important, and all the things that I actually see, like, in front of me.
Right.
I can have things I want or don't want, but... it's all going to come down to what I feel,
what you feel on the inside.
That I feel, in my soul.
So, what if you've had a long-term relationship on a 5D level, and you know that this is the one you're supposed to be with, but you have little hiccups in there, and what would happen when you guys get together in that 3D when one of those hiccups happen?
So what do you mean? You mean like I feel like I'm connected with them?
You feel like you're connected with them, but yet still something happened in between the connection that you're not quite even sure what happened, but you know that you just kind of felt like, wow, why did it happen this way? It's like, I'm always looking at that as, where was I going with that? I always look at that, seeing what the soul is trying to heal within myself when that kind of stuff happens.
Exactly. There's probably stuff that needs to come up.
That's true.
Like, I know that needs to come up, you know, with them, and those hiccups are bringing that stuff up so that it can be looked at and healed, so that they can come together in the 3D and not just the 5D.
Right, because I think it's just at that point, the 3D is, even though you guys are connecting on the 5D, if the 3D that happens, I think it's still, there was still healing to still take place before the connection takes place.
Definitely. And that's why I think sometimes we might meet somebody and we feel that really strong connection, but maybe, you know, someday you would be together in the 3D, but maybe there's a period of time that's not going to happen yet, because there's still more to happen in between there, so that both people can get to the point that they need to be at to come together and do what they're supposed to do in this life together.
And I'm not into alcoholics myself.
I like people who drink. Just kidding. I'm like, I'm not into the whole alcoholic type thing either. But I do like drinking randomly every once in a while, and not to get drunk though. Yeah. That was way back in the days. I don't like that at all. I don't like the drinking to get drunk. I like drinking just to the point where I like how it feels, and that's it.
And I don't like drinking at all. It just doesn't agree with me.
I feel like if I take a drink, I take 2 sips and it's like I took 2 drinks, right? And then it's not worth the high. And then after the little bit that I do drink, it's like then I have to pay for it the next day. It's
I don't like to drink to the point where I don't feel good.
And then I really don't like to be around people that are drunk and they're just oblivious or whatever. I just don't like being around the drunks. I can be around people that drink little, but not alcoholics.
I think it's best for a lot of things to be on a similar page as a person that you're with. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I think it helps to be similar. Otherwise, it can, it can work, but I think I think it's easier if, like, you guys have similar thoughts on those things.
So let's see, what else can we love doing? Crazy fun things together. What about I love spontaneous.
I told you what I like to do, the crazy spur of the moment road trips to wherever. What about you? You said dancing.
Oh, dancing. I like
that crazy?
Yeah, I love dance. I can dance all day and all night long. Yeah. I like just going on trips to go anywhere. I love going to festivals just because I'm not, I don't have to be doing anything but being me and dancing away throughout the day.
Those are fun.
I like to be spontaneous. But I want to be spontaneous together, not like one of us wants to go and one wants to sit home and suck their thumb.
That's a big thing for me too. I like spending time at home sometimes, but for the most part, I like being out in the world doing stuff, going places. Like, even if it's just like, I don't know, even if it's just like walking around town, like anything. I really like to be out and about doing things, and I'm just not the type to sit at home and do nothing a lot when the world is passing me by out there.
Let's do something. Even if it's just going for a drive.
Yes,
I love going for drives. It's my favorite. It is my favorite thing.
That's what we do when we get together.
Yeah, first thing let's go for a drive. We're going to drive and talk. Turn the music on and dance. Turn it down to talk. Turn it back up to dance.
And drive some more.
Yeah. And stop somewhere, grab a bite to eat.
Not today.
Not today. We did get something to eat. We started that way.
It sounds so great.
Yeah, there was a piece of hair in my food, so I couldn't eat it.
And it was actually hard for me to still eat mine. I was so hungry. Yeah. But I had to not think about.
Yeah, it was hard. It was too hard to swallow it down, knowing that hair was in there. So.
Anyways, but then we had popcorn, so we were fine.
Yeah.
And Sprite, right?
Yeah. Mrs. Sprite. Mr. Sprite's on the other side of the screen. Well, we never did say hello to Big Smoke. We just answered Big Smoke's questions. So.
Are you still out there, Big Smoke?
Yeah, I wonder why Google deleted.
I don't know.
And why is Google monitoring my channel?
Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that happen.
I've seen it.
And they didn't even say. It's not like they said something.
No,
crazy.
They didn't say anything crazy. Yeah. Not unless, I don't know. So what else? I don't want my guy to be actually checking out all the other women. I don't mind if they talk to them, because I'm going to talk to other guys, because when I'm with a person, I'm with that person. My soul is with that person. And if I'm talking to other people, it's because I'm talking to other people, not because I'm gawking over wishing I was with that other person. And if another person wants to approach me, I will push them away, back off.
I don't like that either.
Meaning I will make sure that there's no way that they can get close to me again. I don't have to even tell them.
If somebody knows that I'm with somebody, they're not if they're still trying to talk to me or something that way,
right?
Then I feel like they're not respecting me. They're not respecting my relationship or the guy or anything, and I don't like that. At all. But with the talking to other people or whatever, like with me, I feel like I don't know, like when I'm with somebody too, I don't even look at other people
me neither.
That way, and the guy I would be with wouldn't either.
No.
And and kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, I was trying to explain and couldn't explain, probably still won't be able to explain. The kind of guy I would be with still wouldn't look at, even if he wasn't with somebody, he wouldn't look at girls in that kind of way. I feel like as guys do work on themselves and heal themselves like more and more, I feel like they see girls and the feminine like in a different way than...
You hear Naya agree?
Right, Naya? You know, but I feel like they see and look at girls in a different way.
Right.
From what I've seen too. I talk to a lot of people that are on the, like, I guess, spiritual path or whatever, and they themselves say that they don't look at girls in this way that
the media says it's all about.
Yeah,
you know,
that they make it look like, make it seem like that's how guys are looking at them, but they don't.
Right.
And so it's like, if you're with somebody, it's like the kind of guy I would want to be with, you don't even have to worry about that.
Right, you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, because they're not like, they're not thinking that way.
No, that's why I want my man to choose me, to know that they chose me, especially when they got a lot of other women around them, you know, because I'm not after, but you know how I've been led to this celebrity that I didn't even realize that when I was being led. And it's like, and through my whole journey, even though I know that they have a lot of women in their followers and everything, I have never once gone down the road in my mind, my body, or my spirit at all about all these other women that are there, because when they chose me, I know that I'm the chosen one. And so I don't worry about that at all.
And the other thing is, if they did end up doing something or whatever, you know, it will all be known, and then for me, and then I just want to be with them. So, I would want somebody to respect me and not be doing anything with anybody else because they don't want to, not because I am making sure they're not able
No, I don't want
to
to have to be checking up on it either. I want it to be that I know that that's what, I think you feel it. Yeah, I think the minute it starts, you can feel it. Yeah. When they start gawking and looking at somebody else and not looking at you.
And if I feel that at all, like, I don't know. I mean, I am out of there. I am.
Yeah, I want to be the one.
Yeah.
The one.
Because I think I'm really awesome, and I want the person I'm with to be like...
thinking you're really awesome, too. Like, oh, wow, isn't she she's the thing. She's the one.
Exactly. And I want them to think that we, like me and him, are awesome.
Right.
I have some experience where being with somebody, and there's another couple that the guy is always talking about, like, wow, like, they're like the ideal couple, and oh, wow, and this and that. It's like, what? Like, I would want, it was kind of weird, but I would want the guy to think that we are like the
ideal
awesome couple,
right,
the ideal couple.
Right.
Yeah, so that was a weird experience for me, but that showed me that's one thing that I don't like.
What about them talking about their exes?
Oh, this is so important. I don't mind it. I like to talk about ex stuff and everything. I don't mind that, unless they're like, it depends what they're saying. Again, this goes back to respect for me. Like, if they're like, oh, my ex, she made the best spaghetti ever. Oh, you should have tasted her garlic bread or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do I must have spaghetti all the time?
I wouldn't want to hear that.
But yeah, stuff like that, I feel like that's not respectful. Like, there's no point, But if like, they were saying, what would be an example of something that's totally fine? Like, oh yeah, well, when, oh yeah, me and my ex so-and-so, we went on the one time. But if there's like a point to it, like a reason to tell a story or whatever, like, I don't mind talking. It's like part of our lives, right?
But not to really be talking about the story that has a story attached to their story, or?
Yeah, more like if we're talking about something and there's a real point to say it, but not like
they're thinking about their ex like, all the time, that this is what happened there, or well, I don't know. I'm not one.
Do this and we did
I'm
that,
not one to talk about my exes.
Yeah, not where they're caught up in it still in any way, or like attached to that still, or still back there. And another thing is, this is so important to me. I don't like when they talk bad about exes.
Right.
Like, if they're just saying something that happened or whatever, like, that gets brought up for some reason, and, you know, it's not, like, forever and ever, and that's fine. But if
well, maybe it's to get over a wound.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing. But to go into it as if you long for what didn't happen in that relationship, then there's still... then it kind of makes you feel like, well, you're longing for them or you're longing for me, you know, right?
Yeah, and then definitely, like, if they're talking about him in a, like a, oh, she was crazy, you know, or she was so emotional, or she this and that, or bad word, you know. I feel like that's not good.
I don't either.
The guys that I've had experience with that did that ended up eventually talking
bad about you,
about me that way.
Right.
And the guys that, if exes got brought up and they talked about them respectfully, like, oh yeah, you know, it didn't work out or whatever, just like a normal other person, it seems to go better with them.
All of my exes talk good about me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think most of mine do.
And myself, I normally don't. When I leave, I don't talk about him. And that's when I left my ex. Of course, I felt like he left me, but, you know, but in paperwork, it looks like I left him. But that's besides the point. One thing he said to me is, one thing I don't have to worry about you, Cynthia, is you're not going to be talking bad about me once this is over. And because he knows me, that I never talked about my exes, because I mean, the journey's over. Why do I want to bring that forward into my next journey? I don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Not unless something came up that pinpointed it right down to a spot that I still had something to deal with, but not to the point that I still got a story to tell about what happened way back there, you know?
Yeah, I knew somebody, a guy that was a friend of mine, and they got a girlfriend, and it was the first night the group of friends met the girlfriend, and she talked almost the entire night about different exes of hers.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Now I wouldn't want that.
We all felt really bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh my goodness. It just didn't feel good for the guy.
Right.
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't like that.
All right, let's see.
Got a girlfriend, and it was the first night.
We're still wearing our glasses.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to forget. We got 5 likes.
Different exes of hers.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
We look like...
Okay, well, that's being recorded twice when I do that, so this is what we look like here. See, I can... That's us right there. Woo, woo, woo. The other one, I'm on YouTube. Since I have the sound on, it was saying it back out onto the speaker.
Oh, okay.
So, shows that only one person is watching. Are you watching? I'm watching. That's 2 people. Why does it only say 1 person?
I don't know. Let me see if I can find my list.
Oh, she's got a list.
Maybe.
A maybe list?
I don't know. I wonder if this is it. Oh, yeah. There's some. I'll look down at OK and see if there's anything interesting. Oh, I want him to be genuinely interested in what's important to me. I don't know if you've ever been, I'm sure you have, been around people where something is so interesting or important to you, and you're talking about it, and I mean, I've done it probably myself. But anyways, but if that's how they are all the time, you know, where yeah, they're not paying attention, or they don't comment on it at all, or like you're like, oh my gosh, da da da, and you're so excited, and they go, oh, would you hand me the salt? You know? It's like, oh, that just feels like, ugh,
what if it was the Pepsi instead? Hand me the Pepsi.
No. I mean, with that kind of thing, I might not, I don't know. I mean, how do you know when you, like, I guess for me it's what I feel inside. Like, whether or not to talk to them about something, or to just not continue seeing them.
Right.
I mean, I guess I would go by what I feel, like how
Right.
strongly I feel to go
If
away.
you felt rejected by,
or if I feel to...
when you're trying to share something and you get that feeling of rejection because they're not listening to you on a regular basis, then it's a one-sided relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of my life when I was in a relationship and something like that would come up, trying to explain to them, trying to tell them what I want and what I, and how it would be nice if they did this or that. And I don't know. I kind of feel over all that. I kind of want to, that's why I kind of want to, like, the next guy that I end up with, I want him to, like, meet me more where I'm at already. I don't want to teach him all these things that I feel are basic things.
I want us to be a part of each other's lives. That's, I don't want we're not teaching. We are just
grow together, but not be his teacher of like all his basic little things that he should have learned already.
I may teach you guys on this channel, but I don't want to be teaching my mate. I want him to already know. I want him to be learning. I want him to be growing on, not because I'm teaching you, but that we're doing that together.
Because then lots of times when you're doing that, they might try to do things differently, but it's just not.
Oh no, it has to come.
Because it's not coming from.
It's got to come from the soul.
Yeah.
They have to choose that they want to do it, not because we said to do it. All right. Is there anything else that we think we should talk about? Oh yeah, you got that big old list.
Hold on, 1 second.
She's downsized that list quite a bit, so.
I think we might have talked about this. I just really like when they're like to have deep conversations about life and important things and stuff like that. I wouldn't do well with just like very chit chat like surface stuff with a guy like my whole life. That would not feel like fulfilling to me.
Mine's always about the present moment and where we're growing to. The present moment where we're growing to. Just making sure that, because I'm not a deep talker. I might be a deep talker when it comes to the emotional self, but I'm not a deep talker when it comes to the political world at all, But I do look at some of the things that happen in the political world that I'd love to us to dig deeper, whether it's through the readings or whether it's through the astrologies, to try to find answers. I would love to do something like that together. It's like, okay, this is the problem going on in the world. What can we do together to help come to a solution that we can be more effective, more knowing to changing whatever came in, Yeah, I would like to be
like
trying to find
with the purpose of
finding a solution to it, Yeah.
Yeah, I like him to be very like appreciative of things.
Oh yes.
I love to do stuff for the guy I'm with.
Right.
But
I'd like to be recognized for what it is that you're doing. Not to come home and say, this didn't get done and this didn't get done. I go, you can see all the things that didn't get done, but what about the things that did get done? Oh, that's right. You can't see that because it's done.
And so my biggest thing overall is that I'm very happy, like, on my own. I feel very good in life on my own. And so basically overall, to be with somebody, I have to feel just as happy or more with them.
Right.
And if being with them, however, some way they are, something they do, whatever, brings me less happiness than I was on my own, that's when I'm not going to be with them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I think that's my main overall thing about being with somebody or not.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that when you feel really good and happy yourself, it can make it harder to find somebody that you feel really happy with. Woo-hoo.
Well, I refuse to tuck me under, like
like lose yourself?
Yeah, meaning like if I read cards, that person that I'm gonna be with got to be in excitement of me doing it.
Not just allow.
Not allow it to be exciting about it. Want to see what the next information is that's coming out of it about it. All in support of it.
What a difference! Because I don't know. It's such a difference in feeling to me. The thought of me being like, look at this, that I do, and da da da.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, honey.
Oh, we're doing fine. Thank you for asking, RT. I have my guest speaker. This is Kathleen Diane. She's in our chat all the time. Where I have her here today because we wanted to talk about.
Let's ask them what their most important thing in a is in a relationship.
What is a woman looking for in a man? So you can type in there, RT. What is an important thing you're looking for in a man? As long as you're a woman.
And if not,
and if you're a woman looking for a man,
then the other way. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I do think that.
And another thing, like I had tucked away my I massage, but they didn't like. They thought my massage was more sexual, which I don't even know why they thought that. Besides, it's only. I mean, it was my job. It was what I went to school for. Hello, Ankita. And then, so. That's what I mean by not tucking this person that I am under the cover. Like, if I'm going to be going live all the time, you better be excited about my live,
And it's easy to do. So many people do that. I've done that many times myself, where you get with somebody and I don't know why we do it. It's just stuff about ourselves. I don't know. It just gets like pushed away or pushed down until one day you realize that the real you is like hidden away somewhere.
I think it's so important for us to be that soul that we really are when we get into that relationship, not to be once we get into the relationship
and stay strong and that stay who
that we're
you
catering to them. I think that's the worst thing for. Hello, Tammy. I'm looking for a man to match my vibration. Exactly. Me too.
Healthy,
loving, respectful, and trustworthy. You
those
got
things.
it. I love it too.
All of those for me too.
Me
for
too.
Sure.
I want them healthy. I want them loving. I want them to be respectful and definitely trustworthy. Thank you for your share, Tammy. I am definitely looking for that.
Yeah, because I think if I didn't feel that I trusted a guy, like I think that would there would kind of be no point. Yeah, because I don't want that on my mind or to have to wonder, have to worry.
Right.
I don't think we should have to feel that.
No, if you don't have that, then it tears the relationship apart.
And I really think there are a lot of good people out there that are respectful and trustworthy and loyal and all of that. I think so much of like TV and so many things in society can make it seem like nobody's really like that anymore, that everybody's is some certain crazy way
fear-based.
Just cheating on each other and everything. But I really think there's a lot more really good people out there
I agree.
than we're made to believe.
I agree. I think there's a lot more honest men out there than the TV gives us credit for.
Exactly.
Or even some other men might agree to that there's a lot of unworthy men. I've heard men say that, all men are cheaters. And I'm going, no, I disagree. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think that all of any race is or sex is all
any
the
certain
same,
way.
right? If like myself, I'm a very trustworthy person. I believe there's a man out there that's trustworthy person, also wanting that same type of vibrational level. I think vibration is the highest thing on my list.
I do, yeah. Yep.
It's the highest thing on my list when I'm looking for a mate, that vibration level.
For sure.
Do you find anything else on your list?
My list? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm just having regulars coming in and popping in, so that's kind of cool.
Let's see.
So we're like being the motivational women.
I'm trying to find something that we haven't went over.
Motivational mamas. Something that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, we've gone over a lot of this.
Yeah, we have. We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Here's another thing. Like this goes for mostly in the beginning stages of like dating or relationship. relationships or whatever. Okay, I don't like the whole game thing, which so many people
What do you
play.
mean by the game?
Like, oh, he texts me, but wait, I gotta put the phone down for like 5 minutes.
Oh,
I can't
no,
text right back.
No.
Or, oh, I should say that I'm not sure what I'm doing on Friday. You know, I don't like that. I want to be able to be like, yeah, I'd love to go Friday and text him right back when he texts.
Right.
Like, I
well,
feel
what
like
if they don't
setting...
get the what if they don't get the text? Well, maybe you text them and they don't get the text for another half an hour.
Oh, that's so fine. Or if they're busy or whatever, that's fine.
Okay.
But I just don't like the game thing.
Oh, she just texted me. I better wait. Huh?
Yes. I feel like if you go along with that, you're setting the stage for how you want things to be in the relationship. So when I am barely starting to talk to somebody, my old me will say, oh, don't text right back. But me these days is like, you know what? I don't want it to be where we play this game of waiting as we get closer. I'm going to make it the way I want it to be. So I'll text right back then when I'm able to
If
text.
I'm waiting, it's because Divine got in the middle of it and made me wait, not because maybe I'll go watch my guy's channel, right? And then all of a sudden I'm trying to click on the channel to go watch their stuff, but all of a sudden the phone's not, or whatever I'm using doesn't go to the channel. I'll take that. Well, I'm not supposed to watch his stuff right now, and I'll move on.
Yeah, that's so different. That's like something helping you.
I missed it all. It just came on. That's all right. It'll be on the channel. You can go back
Divine
and rewatch
timing. Does he have to be a hard worker?
Let's see. I think they need to be consistent in the movement of having life happen. To, rather whatever we got to do to make the money come in, rather whatever we have to do to keep our place in some kind of order. I think that it's about teamwork in that way. It's not like,
for me, it's like we have to kind of match up with it.
Right.
For me,
I don't want somebody that's laying around while I'm working.
Yeah, and I don't want somebody that
is working so hard and I don't have nothing to do.
Or I want to rest a little bit and they're just go, or they never settle down or relax. I just feel like
a balance.
Yeah, a balance, and they should kind of match up with how I am kind of with that.
So I think it really depends on what you're talking about as a hard worker, because I like to look at life is about doing a lot of different things, but it also has a lot to do with not doing a lot of things too. That's the chill time, and to bring the balance within that too, so it's like you're working, but it's easy work.
And on more of a superficial level, I do tend to feel more attracted to guys that know how to do things. Mm-hmm. I like when something's wrong with the car and they can
help me fix it
themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's where the masculine comes in.
Yeah, or when I'm oh man, the fence is falling down, and they're I can fix that.
Yeah.
Or man, I wish the house was blue. I can paint that.
Yes.
That, I just am naturally attracted to that. I like when a guy knows how to do
doing the handy dandy work.
Yes, I do. I like
the handy dandy man. Mm-hmm. I like to have a handy dandy man around too. Just because I have that feminine side that's inside of me that operates.
I'll be in the cooking dinner while you're painting, mowing the lawn.
Come over and cook my dinner too, because I don't know. I want a full kitchen. That's for sure. We're gonna let somebody else cook my dinner.
That's where the money does come in handy.
I don't mind if we cook our meals together.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I actually like cooking.
I love it doing this team play thing,
I like cooking for a guy. When I'm by myself, I don't cook too much, but if
I don't
am with a guy, I actually do love cooking for him and making it all perfect.
Yeah, I like sharing the responsibility. I don't know. I didn't like cooking, but I do love the dance of two people that are cooking together, and we're gonna whatever we're gonna make, and we're in there. And they're throwing in the steak, and I'm throwing in the onions, whatever.
That sounds so fun.
Right. That we're doing this dance together while you're cooking.
Out of the kitchen,
I
don't want them.
If there's a special occasion that we, I really don't like doing the whole thing on a daily basis every day that I'm in the kitchen doing the cooking. I guess that's what it boils down to. But if we're sharing that, And if we're not sharing it, we can just order something to eat all the time. How about that? DoorDash. No dishes. No hours in the kitchen cooking. Tammy, I'd like a handyman and sharing the responsibilities. Perfect, Tammy. You got our number. We like
she's
it.
the one typing that good stuff
Yeah,
that we liked.
we like the way Tammy thinks.
Yeah.
We're sharing the responsibilities, and that's all the responsibilities. It's not one is responsible for this, that we're both responsible for it
I got
all.
a good one. Okay, so how do you like money to be? Because for me, if I'm with somebody, I want it to be where we're not like partners. It's not like my money and your money and we work together. I want to be a team where it's all blended together and it's not separate at all. Like if we're doing really good, I want us to be doing really good together. If we're going through hard times, I want us to be going through hard times together. Because I've been in relationships where I'm not doing so great and they're doing good and the money's like separate but together and I have to borrow from somebody.
I've never,
or I borrow from my guy. You know, I've been in
never
relationships like that.
Yeah, I haven't.
And those did not go good. The best times where money was not an issue and went amazing in relationships is where we really had it,
where it was joint
together, where we're like, it's really one. It's not mine and yours, and we put it together. It's like ours. What do you think about all that?
I've never been in a relationship at all that it was separate. It's always been, you know, of course, I've only been in long-term relationships because I don't do the short-term shit.
Well, how about this? What if you get with somebody and you really feel...
it's ours.
What if you get somebody and you really feel the connection and everything like you do, and then there's something major you don't like? You just stay with them? That's where people leave.
When it's major, I think that's where, you know, you need to be able to talk about that.
Really?
You know, if you can't.
But what if your soul says you don't want to be with that person anymore?
Well, I know I'm not picking the wrong person right now. So I have gotten out of relationships, you know. So you know, and I've left the relationships because my soul wasn't connected with them anymore. You know. Yeah. And so.
Like, no relationship I got in, I ever planned to, like,
leave.
This is going to be a nice short one. You know, like, you know, I don't think many people, I mean, some maybe, but I don't plan for that.
Right.
You know, and I only ever got in relationships that I really felt strongly pulled to get into.
Right.
But if I feel strong enough, like, pushed away to not be in that any longer, then I don't stay. I mean, it would be nice to be with somebody always and forever and but only if I really feel pulled to both of us pulled to continue that.
Okay, I like a man who understands and respects my career. Oh yeah, I like it.
For sure.
That's what we're talking about. I like a man that understands and respects who we are, that we don't have to change to be with them. We don't have to change for them. We get to be who we are. That's why we attracted each other into it. So,
and it's extra good when they support that career as well, not just understand it and respect it, but if they encourage you and support you, like, all the better, I think, at least.
Okay, in divine timing, one of these biker type, you like the biker type? I don't understand. I don't understand what you're asking, Divine.
I think he's asking if any girls out there like the biker type.
That he's the biker type?
I guess.
Is that what he's asking? You'll have to clarify your question, Divine.
I like motorcycles.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not saying I necessarily like the biker type, but
100%. Woo! Yeah.
Wait, that's yeah. Man, I keep thinking, it keeps making me think I have my
your other glasses
and
on.
I'm like, what can I see?
That's because you got sunglasses on. Yeah. See, these ones are lighter. That's why I chose them, because I can't see out of those so much. You want to see it?
Whoa, it's so bright in here. I thought it was dark.
When I have these on, I won't leave them on very long because it's too dark.
Oh man, this is so much better.
I'm sorry, but I had to have the better ones. Miss Gypsy taking the better ones.
I like these better. Okay.
You like those better now.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So what else could we ask our people that are on?
I don't know.
What did we talk about in the beginning?
I'd have to go back and watch
Oh,
what we talked about.
okay, you guys that are on there in the chat, is there anything, say you're just starting to date somebody, right? And you go on like a first date. Is there anything, like say like a red flag type thing, anything that might stand out in a guy that no matter how much you originally thought you liked him, that would just stop you in your tracks and you would know instantly right then that that's not a guy you want to keep seeing? So is there anything that's kind of like a major
What's the red flag
type for you? Because what did I say it was for me?
I don't know. I don't remember. You have to remind me. I have short-term memory.
I think I was saying something about respect. Like if I feel like disrespected, like it's just.
I think
it's one of the things that are so huge.
I think one of the most important things to me.
Talking bad about exes.
If they weren't paying attention, like if their attention is off somewhere else and not upon me through that first date, I think then, then I would probably be distracted, or I would probably feel like they're not interested in me, and so I wouldn't want to continue it because they're interested still with the outside world, and they really haven't chosen me. I want them to truly choose me.
Yeah, that's good.
At this point in my life, I wouldn't date anyone that smokes cigarettes. Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit, and normally my answer to that was the same thing. The only thing is my soulmate connection has, I know that they smoke, and it's like, but that hasn't stopped my journey in any which way, shape, or form. It's like, because I see them smoking with respect, I see how they're more caring about other people in their presence, and it's more for their own anxiety. And I truly believe once we got together that if they smoked a lot, it would decrease some because their stress level wouldn't be the same because we're together. But otherwise, I would have definitely agreed 100% because I'm not going to say I've never been with a smoker. I've been with some light smokers, but when they smoked, they weren't not smoking around me or blowing it in my face and doing things. They were smoking respectful. But I understand the statement. So
for sure. Let me look and see if I see anything else on here.
She's got her list.
Oh, how do you feel about like them being affectionate with you and stuff? Because for me, a guy that I'm with has to be the type that's gonna like hold hands. You're walking places.
Yes. I want them to be all over me. I want them to be all into me. Yes.
Yeah.
I want everybody to know that we're together when we're out and about.
Because I know some couples and they don't.
I know. I already know that route.
I just
I've lived down
it's
that
important
road.
for me to
I think
for them to be affectionate.
Yeah, I agree.
Public and not.
And divine timing says that he's super duper tired, and so sometimes what he's writing doesn't make sense. So he's asking for our forgiveness. What do you think? Should we forgive him?
He never makes sense.
Oh, he never makes sense. You said that on live TV.
Oh. I didn't say that, divine timing. That was Cynthia. It's so fun seeing the chat on this side.
Yeah. It's fun seeing the chat on this side. Yeah, because we're live and we're going to, let's see. Absolutely. I always imagine holding hands and going on picnic. Yeah, let's go on the picnic, baby. Let's look each other eye to eye. Let's get lost in each other. That we are not thinking about the rest of the world. We're thinking about us,
That's nice. I like that. Like the thought of going somewhere pretty, little park or little just out in nature somewhere and
they're putting their arm around you or holding your hand or they want you close to them. I think it's important because that keeps the bonding going.
Yeah.
it keeps the relationship alive. You
I
know?
like when they put in effort too. I've dealt with this like all over the board with guys.
Really.
And
she has more opportunity, you know.
I have a lot of experience in this area. I'm an expert. That's why she brought me on the show.
Yeah, I did. I brought her on for a reason. You know?
But anyways, like effort. I've dated guys that you know, really put a lot of effort. Like, you know that they want you to be impressed, to be happy, to be feeling good, to have a good time. And I've been with guys that like don't seem to try at all. And it doesn't mean like they have to be super romantic or Prince Charming or anything like that.
Romantic.
I just want to like
a little bit
see effort and stuff, you know, that they're putting into a lot. I guess
I want them to spoil me.
I guess that goes
like
back
I'm
to,
the
like,
most important thing in their lives.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess that goes back to like the old-fashioned thing. Like I want them to like kind of like what's it called, like court you and stuff, and try to like win you over, but then always do that, you know.
What about a guy going shopping with you that he just wants to let you shop, but he wants to hold on to all the bags when you're shopping?
That's very sweet.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Or they might say, hey, I like this, and you go, oh, let me check it out.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That was the picnic one.
Oh.
Yeah. So. Do you need the air on, or are you getting too hot?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay,
it's nothing compared to my car. Earlier, I couldn't use the air conditioner.
It's 102 here, okay? It's 102, and she's doing Instacart shopping. That means we're shopping for groceries for other people and shopping. And her air conditioner went out, and so she's having to turn her heater on in this
to
heat.
keep the car from
overheating. So crazy.
So I'm driving around in the 102-degree heat with my heater on.
She's one hot, sexy chick, I tell you. Today she was showing it.
This is nice and cool. I love it.
But you were showing what a hot, sexy chick was today, huh?
It sure was.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So we're going to have to get that fixed. No smoking, no TV, no exes. That's right.
No exes. No smoking, no TV, and no exes.
Yeah, you got it, Divine. So you don't watch much TV, huh, Divine? Oh, you watch my TV show.
Which
you better
is funny
keep coming
I
and
have
watch mine.
two huge TVs in my house, but all I ever do is play music on them. Like, and not music that I would watch. I don't like music.
Well, the
videos
kids
either.
come in and they think I have a TV. I said, that's not a TV. That's
It's
a PC monitor.
Yeah.
You know, I go, there's a big difference. I go, I'm not sitting there watching TV all day. Every once in a while, I do like to get wrapped up in some TV series program. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, but
I could watch a movie maybe if it was like a really nice, really good movie, but I don't want to watch. I don't.
I was watching. I hadn't watched anything for a year and a half. Where I was down there in Irvine, and one of my neighbors got me a TV because they go, "You can't be without a TV," and I go, "Oh, yes, I can." And so, when they brought the TV in, I did start watching. I was watching something. I barely watch TV ever. I know we don't either. We don't watch TV.
This is Cynthia's show is the only show I watch.
Yeah, my show, this TV hosting program. That's what she watches. I'm going to eventually get it over there on Roca and
There's
Netflix
so
and
much
all that
more
stuff.
to do in life.
There is, but there's so much growth to do on my channel. That is really helps. Not just helps us. It's like I say, when I'm here, I feel like I'm helping. Each one soul I touch out there, I feel like that one soul is going to affect at least 10 other people.
Ripples.
Yeah, right. It ripples out. Like with Kathleen, what I'm doing on my show helps her so much, and she applies it within her life with her children, and then her children get to ripple it. I mean, 10 is a small number for what is really being effective, because for everyone that she touches, say she touches 10 and they touch 10, that's already 100 people, you know. I'm all those good things, so I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what your problem is either, bro. What is your problem?
It could be that the person you're thinking of, remember the very most important thing? Even if there's all these things or not all these things, the most important thing to some people, like me, is just the feeling. I have to feel that feeling in my soul, like way inside, that pull to want to be with somebody. And I'm not talking just like a physical attraction thing. It's like a feeling, like in my soul.
When he typed that, I'm listening to this song in my head. What song comes up is, it says, "You're the problem." Isn't that the song that comes
so
up?
Nice
You're
to divine timing.
Well, if we
wonder why it comes.
The thing is, we don't have problems not unless we think. If we think there's a problem, then we're the problem. That's what the song is about. Yeah. That's all.
And I know another one. The way we look at the problem is the problem.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. So it's not really pointing fingers or anything. It's just talking about the problem in the first place.
Yes.
It creates a problem because we're thinking about a problem.
I must not have a problem.
There's no problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we went over my list.
Yeah, okay, well, we kind of went over my box list and we talked
But in my list, really, we're both of our lists are like a lot of like deep things. They're not like, he must have.
It's not a surface thing.
Whatever, yeah.
So, what about you in appearance?
Speaking of surface things.
Well, yeah, speaking about surface things.
Honestly, like my whole life, I feel like I'm usually like attracted to, let's see. I like guys usually that are 2 years older than me.
2 years
2
older?
inches taller than me.
2 and 2?
Yeah, I like thinner guys usually. I like brown hair, brown eyes. Usually like a little bit darker look. That's what I've always been attracted to.
We have to continue to be patient and surrender to divine timing.
But again, I think like that soul feeling overrides everything.
I agree. I think the soul
somebody
decides.
Could look nothing like my typical type I might be attracted to.
Right.
And I think if I have that soul feeling towards them, like I'm gonna be like, they're so like whatever.
Then all of a sudden their physical appearance or just everything to you. Their soul is attracting you.
And I've actually heard that happens a lot. Like sometimes, or a lot of the times, when the people that you feel like the most connected or connection with on a soul level end up being people that aren't a type that you would normally look at and be physically attracted to. But when you feel that, that all changes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think
What about you? Oh, we said yours earlier, huh?
Yeah. All right. I want to be attracted to the person that I'm going to be going out with. And the soul level is really important. And I tell you, my soul's been speaking some hot-ass fire shit. It's like, whoa, baby, can you just knock it off?
Do horoscope signs and stuff, astrology, does that matter to you?
Does astrology mean, what do you mean?
Yeah, like when it comes to relationships.
Does it matter what sign they are?
Yeah, all that stuff.
I know. I mean, you have to ask that.
I can't take a drink. I'll just wait.
I have been with different astrology signs, and I'm not really picking them because of their astrology sign. Let's put it that way.
Do you think it plays a role in it all?
I think it really does play a role in there somewhere, somehow, because like I'm a Taurus, right? And you would be amazed at how many Taurus friends I have, including you, right? But another thing, I have Leos have been in my life all my life. I mean, and how many Leos are in my life is like impeccably crazy. Like you're a double Leo and I have a double Leo.
Yeah, and my brother and my dad and my daughter and
Yeah, I got my grandmother, my dad, my daughter, my best friends, and my soulmate, and that I call my soulmate, and just Leo, and my VA, my virtual assistant, she's a I mean, I
Is she a
just
Leo too?
connect. I just connect with Leos, and I think it's because I'm a go-getter. When I go after, I want to be moving forward in this beautiful direction. And the Leos are like, yes, let's go, let's do this, let's do this. They're not like lazy butts. They're like, they want to go along the journey with you. They're more
ambitious.
Yeah, let's put it that way. I would. I've been with my own sign as. And I think that my own sign, Taurus, is Taurus. That's okay to be together as a Taurus and a Taurus, but the thing is that you have to really, one has to bow down. I mean, you have to have the bow down moments. You can't just be butting heads all the time. There are signs that I'm never even are in my life that I'm not ever attracted to, and so I'm always going, I wonder why that won't be with a Gemini ever again. Yeah, Geminis have two personalities.
I'm a Gemini and my Venus.
In your Venus?
So with my love, with love and relationships, I'm Gemini.
And a Scorpio.
Which makes sense.
And I've been with a Scorpio, and there's no way. I balance well with Pisces. And that's my twin flame is too. All right, that's perfect. And I have a Leo moon perfect. Yeah, I have been with a Scorpio too, and doesn't mean that I would never be with a Scorpio again. It just didn't work with the one I was with. But I really think, again, there are signs that I never even heard people tell me that they are, So, I do believe the astrology does play a role to who we're attracting into our lives and who's to be there or supposed to be there with you. Rather, I want to believe it or not. I believe the astrology has. I think the astrology has a big pull on who we're with and who we're not with. I do.
Yeah. Same here.
I think the stars speak for us a lot.
I'm Leo moon too, right? I'm Leo.
You're Leo
sun,
moon and Leo.
Leo moon, Leo rising.
Rising.
Taurus.
No, you're Leo moon and a Leo ascendant, and you're rising.
Well, ascendant is rising.
Oh, okay, and then your
Venus is.
Then your Taurus
Gemini,
is your
sun.
Okay, all right. So a double Leo Taurus, or Taurus double Leo.
Yeah, my brother is crazy. He's like Leo all over the place.
Yeah.
Like I've done a lot of his. And it's Leo, 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 Leo.
As a Scorpio, we can be ruthless, but at a healed one, the Phoenix.
Very nice.
Yeah,
I have a
very
little
nice.
boy that's 6, and he's a Scorpio, and I
Full-blooded.
never knew I never knew anything about Scorpios before, and I have learned a lot. He like she said, he's.
I think the relationship that I was in with the Scorpio, I had learned the most, I grew the most, I became more spiritually inclined than I ever have, because that Scorpio person really helped me raise my my awareness to, meaning that before that Scorpio relationship, I may not have known the person that I truly am, to once I was in that relationship, that I really learned more about who I am and became more of a healer and allowed myself to shine even bigger and brighter.
That's interesting you say that, because I feel like my little boy, who's only 6, I feel like I've learned so much from him.
Right.
From our relationship. Like, crazy. Like, he's taught me so
She's
much.
laughing at it. Yeah, we learned so much from you Scorpios.
Yeah.
But with that Scorpio that I was with, because of the way the relationship was with, I don't know if I want to be with another Scorpio, as if I was going to judge my next relationship by the sign itself, because I just felt like it was a challenge all the way, that I always had to meet up to a certain criteria. So it was like almost trying to keep up in my, even though it was the most growth for me, I don't know that I would want that in my regular all the time movement of life. And so, but you know, you guys are strong ass Scorpios. You have a sting. It's a good, it's not a bad sting. It really is good.
Scorpion
they definitely make me grow.
Yeah.
They definitely make me grow. But I only have the one Scorpio that I can even put all of that energy into. It's not like I know a lot to even say anymore.
It is interesting though, because I feel like out of all the people that I've known, either dated or were close friends with or anything, they all tend to be like Tauruses and Leos. I would say Taurus and Leo and Cancer are the three signs, like the sun signs at least, that I've been involved in my life with, family, friends.
What attracts easily is the Taurus and Leo in my getting along with all the time.
That's interesting.
I've been with an Aries, I've been with a Scorpio, and I've been with a Taurus. Those are the three I've been with. And the Aries was like, kind of like, not grounded enough, I would say. Just, so.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's only one person I'm saying this with. I can't, I'm not saying that I know that about all Aries in any way, shape, or form.
And then everything else plays a role into their makeup too. Like, just like, oh my goodness. Like, you could have a million Tauruses and they're all completely different because of where everything else was lined up. And
I don't, you know what, the only thing that I can think about throughout my whole life, I've been from California all the way to Florida, to where I've lived, and everywhere I've lived, I have had a Taurus friend that we just like hit it off, just like, it's just like buddy, there's no question about it. And so, and then Tammy's talking about, it does depend on the planets and their alignment at birth. And we are very sensitive and feel very deep. That the Scorpio are very sensitive and they do feel very deep. That's very, very, very true.
Yes.
So, and I do believe that the alignments of all the other planets make a big difference, So.
I know, that's why I try to tell them at Noah's school. I'm like, he's Scorpio. He's a Scorpio. Sorry,
he's a Scorpio. What do you expect?
That's what I was going to say every time I get called this coming year. Sorry.
Your Scorpio son is trying to be the king. He wants to own the castle, you see. He wants to tell everybody else how to be,
He thinks the school's his empire.
Yes, he does.
I love him.
He's definitely
What is Christian? He's Pisces. Yeah, he's Pisces. He's that sweet, sensitive dreamer. And then my daughter is Leo.
Yeah, my
which
daughter's
is
a
pure
Leo.
her.
And my daughter's pure Leo. I mean, it's the go-getter. She can do anything, complete anything. You can give her the hardest task, and it's easy for her. And I'm going, how in the world did you do that? No problem, Mom.
It's so fun. I like thinking about all that stuff.
Yeah. And then the Pisces, Pisces have split personalities. I mean, you don't know if, one moment they're just like all everything, and the next moment you're going, where'd they go, It's like they're two different people. That's what I
forgot that Christian Alondra's dad was Pisces too, so I was Pisces. Yeah. But very similar to Christian.
Yeah.
Just, to me, from what I've seen, just like the sweet, sensitive dreamer, romantic, stuff like that.
Well, I think we're going to call it quits. Kathleen still needs to drive home tonight. And
I do, but at least it's cooler out now.
Then I'm going to drive there tomorrow to pick her up and go help her get something else done tomorrow.
Yes.
So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for coming in and stopping in and chit-chatting into the show. I really, really appreciate it.
It was fun. I like when people are chatting so we can sit and talk and stuff.
Well, because it expands the conversation. If when we don't have the chat, it's easier to make it shorter. But when the chat comes in, men and women are different also. And I agree too that the men and women are different in the zodiac signs. I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
All right, we're going to call it quits for tonight, and I love you guys so very much. And again, you can come on Mondays and Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. for your hidden love story, where
It looks so funny when I'm like checking the phone trying to read it.
Yeah, this is where you're seeing live. This is delayed time.
Okay.
All right, and that's live up there. But when you're looking at
you
the
got
phone,
cameras everywhere.
well, that's what it takes to go live.
Wow, that's true.
See, I got a camera there, and I got one here, one there, one. I only have one camera. That's the camera up there. This is this is just like the camera up there. It's showing us live, but this is streamed, so it takes a little bit of time to come over stream, and this is streamed, so it's
the other people are seeing.
Yeah, so it's delayed, meaning what I'm saying right now, you guys don't get for another 2 or 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds.
That explains sometimes when I'm writing in the chat, like it takes a second.
It takes a little bit for it to get to me. I think the chat's even faster than the video. I'm not sure. It's pretty close. The chat and the video is pretty lined up, but for live time, that chat's taking a little bit to get to me because it's following the video. So if it takes 10 seconds for that to come to me on the video, then it comes. It's taken me that much time in the chat, so I'm not responding right away because I haven't gotten the message yet.
Yeah.
That explains a lot. Thank you for your clarity.
Good to know.
Yeah, well,
cool. Well, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a last moment thing. I said, hey, you want to go live and say, on what does a woman want from a man? And she goes, let's do this. So that's how we got this show put together tonight. It's just being spontaneous. And you're so welcome for the clarity, Divine. We like to make sure Divine Timing has all the clarity in the world, so Divine knows exactly what to do next. Divine up there.
Oh, yeah.
I know, we got to get it all confusing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, again, I love you guys all very much. Again, I go live on Monday and Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. where I do my TV hosting program, Your Hidden Love Story, where I'm flipping your script around so you're falling deeply and completely in love with your soul, your mind, body, and soul. Let's get them working together as a wholeness. And after I do my live, which is about 30 minutes, then I end that show and I come back on, and then I come live and do tarot readings. And I give them away for free for the build-up of the channel, asking people to subscribe to the channel and like the channel to get that reading. They can always, I got to get that button back. I do have a super chat, but it's not there right now. Yeah, I had a little issues with my driver's license and changing into my maiden name, and they didn't want to pay me, so they took away all my paid stuff, so I have to go back here and there and fix it, so... So it's all good. It's all good. I'm getting it all fixed, It just says, take care of this, Cynthia. I go, I am taking care of it. I can't help if DMV isn't doing their part, And they said that they mailed it, but it never showed up at my mailbox, so we're getting that taken care of.
Yes.
It's already, I already took care of it here, but I need to go fix some kind of thing in YouTube so it can show that super chat again. You're so welcome, Tammy. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Let's see, we're going to go there. Bye-bye.